What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quick Proof from Griffin's Gaming Squad, back with another video. Today I'm going to give you two point guard builds. The first build I'm going to go over today is going to mostly work for pick and roll, but if you do run 5 out, it can also work there too. So first off, of course, he's a point guard. Right hand, doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. Number, doesn't matter, whatever you want to do. This particular pie chart is all the way playmaking and a little bit of shooting, which means you're going to get Hall of Fame in playmaking, but playmaking only. You don't get Hall of Fame shooting with this build, but you still have an 84-3, and that's high enough to shoot. That's all you need. Of course, we're going to go with the speed pie chart. That's the first one on the list, so you don't even have to go down. It's the first pie chart on the list. For this part, I'm going to break down in categories why I did exactly what I did. Starting off with the finishing, I believe any build, mandatory, should have at least 3 finishing badges, so you can at least get limitless on silver, maybe a posterizer, or you can go limitless on gold. As you can see, I added a little bit of standard dunk and a little bit of post hook. That's simply so I can get the 3 finishing badges. Now we're going to go down to the shooting. As you can see, I get 14 shooting badges. I don't know about you, but all I really need to shoot is 12 shooting badges. So I felt 14 was fine, and I have an 84-3, so I thought that was real fine enough. Only thing you might see is the free throw's a little low. It's a 65. I can hit with a 65 free throw, and in the rec, you probably won't get fouled as much. Moving on down to the playmaking, 24 badges, 90, both in ball handling and pass accuracy, is all you really need. Now you might look and say, hey, 7 defensive badges is kind of low for your point guard, but you got to remember, this isn't a lockdown build. This is your point guard. I'm going to come out with a lockdown build video probably later on sometime this week or next week. So we got to remember, this is a point guard. We want him to facilitate. We want him to be able to score both on the 3 and on the inside, and play a little bit of defense if he's needed to. I went with 6'4" for the height. Body type, of course, go with whatever you want. 178 for the weight, just so I can get the speed 91 and my acceleration to go to 89. We're going to fully max out the wingspan. And with maxing out the wingspan, that's going to give us a 66 drive and dunk, which I feel like gives us quick drops off 1, which that's perfect. We're going to have an 83, which is also perfect. 87 ball handling with also some good defensive stats. Now that I have max wingspan, I just want to add that this is pretty much a blueprint. You can change up this build however you want. You can add some more shooting, add some more finishing, add some defense, take things away. My build is only a blueprint. I just want to make that clear. I also run this build mainly every day, and I can tell you that I can run ISO, I can run pick and roll with no problem. I run everything. I can play defense on any guard, so this is definitely a build that I believe will be calm. I feel like there's only really 2 choices you can go with right here. I feel like slashing, since your dunk is a 66 anyway, you might want to go with that. I personally went with sharpshooting just because I wanted to shoot a little better, but there's no wrong choice. And look at that, they gave us the build playmaker. I feel like that's the best name they could have gave us, because that's exactly what we want to do. We have shades of DeJounte Murray, Kevin Johnson, and John Wall. But that's it for the first build that I'm going to be giving you out today. That build right there is, like I said, more for the pick and rolls, more of a shooter. So the second build that I'm going to give you is more of a dunker, and we'll get into this right now. All right, same situation for the second build. It's going to be point guard. I'm right-handed. I pick whatever number I want. The pie chart that I pick for this build is the third pie chart down the list. It's all the way finishing, a little bit of shooting, which means you're going to get finishing Hall of Fame, and that's about it. We're going to go with the speed pie chart because, of course, I want as much speed as I can. And this is pretty much the breakdown of how I put my points into my build. We're going to start with finishing. I like this build because especially when I get max wingspan, he's going to have an 83 driving dunk. So then once I hit 96, I should be able to get 84 dunks. That's even contact dunks. I get Hall of Fame dunking already. He'll be dunking out the gym. As for the shooting, as you can see right now, I have a 79. Once I put the max wingspan in, I believe it's going to leave me at a 75, but we'll see later on in the video. As you can see, I still have an 83 ball handle and a 79 pass accuracy, which I feel is good enough to run the point. Once again, we must remember we're not a lockdown, so 7 defensive badges at the point guard is fine. Also remember, this is just a blueprint. If there's anything in here you feel you need to change, go ahead and change it. I'm just a blueprint right now. Once again, same height, 6'4". Surprisingly, same weight, 178, so we can go for the fastest speed. Maxing the wingspan is leaving us with 83 driving dunk, a 75 three-pointer, and an 80 ball handle. I still think that's valuable for the point guard. But like I said, maybe you don't want to max the wingspan, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you want a higher 3-point, that's perfectly fine. You do what you want to do at this point. Now, I personally went slash and takeover just because I wanted to build with slash and takeover, and I really don't have any. And I already had builds with lock takeover. But if you want to make the ideal build, I feel like lockdown takeover would be just fine. So this time they gave us 2-way playmaker. You're still keeping that playmaker name, which I love because you're a point guard and that's your first ideal job is to playmake. But for some reason now they added 2-way onto that build, even though I only have 7 defensive badges. Oh hey, I'll take it. To conclude this video, I just pretty much want to let you know what I'm doing. I'm dropping what I believe to be comp builds from the 1 to 5. The first 5 videos will be current gen. The next 5 are going to be next gen. So my next video will be the comp shooting guard builds that I believe you should run. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can like and subscribe this video. Until next time, Quick Proof out. God bless.